On social media, and I think even around the country generally, most people would say, I mean, you even say that there are two major parties. Most people think of a third option and your name always comes up.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very good thing you're doing on your part. But at the same time, most people still don't know what your message is. They don't seem to know where to find you or how to hear your message. Campaigns are going on all over the country. We don't see KOWA party campaigns anywhere. How are you reaching people who want to hear a third option if they can?
I'm reaching them via the social media. My Twitter handle is at Oluremi Sonaya. There's Facebook. I have a website and so on. And people are getting, to know me. But we all know that campaigns cost a lot of money, for goodness sake. How do you think I can compete at the same level with somebody who's got billions of naira at their available to them at their disposal? I'm doing, what I am able to do. People are helping by contributing to that, to the campaign, and I am, as much as what I have a certain amount of money available, I'm able to do certain things. I'm getting out there now, visiting places, holding talks with, groups, different groups, and so on. I'm doing my campaign. It's not the usual way. It's not the usual way. It's not the splashy rallies and so on and so forth. I am not convinced also that that is exactly the way that campaigns should be run anyway, that money should be spent. I have a little more respect for money that comes from the sweat of people. So I am not going to spend the money making, I don't know how many different uniforms for hundreds of people and so on and so forth. I mean, I do not believe in that kind of a campaign. Yeah.
Let's talk money now. You mentioned money there, and I think a lot of Nigerians woke up last week. The naira is over 200 naira now to a dollar.
200, yeah.
A lot of the economy is a little, I don't know, people are not very happy with the way things are going. Oil prices are falling. The budget might be in a deficit at the end of this year. Let's talk about the economy now. What are your plans for the economy?
The economy certainly has to be fixed.
How?
It is important for us, everybody is talking diversification and so on and so forth. But I see that a strong aspect of fixing our economy is making us, how would I put it, productive, keeping us working. Our economy cannot be fixed if we are idle. So in a sense, I'm trying to link it up with getting electricity up and running. Okay, you can't have all the plumbers, all the, maybe not plumbers, but, all the people who need electricity. And they're sitting down half of the day, they've run their generators for far too long and so on, and it's eating into their profit margin and everything. You can't have an economy run like that. Okay? So the question is, why is electricity such a big, is such an impossibility for us? Why is it functioning in Ghana, in Benin Republic, and not in Nigeria? Somebody's got to come out and tell us, is it that the technology is not available? We know it is available. So there must be something going on that is not being addressed.
Have you identified what these things are? Because I want to believe that if you're going to run for president, you would have, done a bit of a research at least to know what it is.
Of course,
the
there
loopholes
are,
you want to plug and things like that.
Of course, there are people whose interests are probably going to be directly challenged. You see, but it is also the responsibility of the leader to convince such people that they do not have to make a loss if it's about importing generators or something. That's one thing that people always say. why don't we bring them into another area of business in terms of the producing electricity for all of us to have? That could also be on the table as an offer to them if we know the people who are importing generators and so on and so forth, and they are afraid that their source of income will be blocked. Well, let them also be brought into this, business of generating and distributing electricity for all of us.
But it would seem like that's sort of what Mr. President has done with privatizing the power sector and deregulating it and selling it and all of that.
So is it working?
He claims, he says it's going to take some time.
I have been.
So are you offering anything different from that is what I want to know.
in my house. You see, I believe that the issues that we are concerned with, because people are saying, oh, we must do issues-based. The issues that are keeping us down are about they're about morality. They are about us knowing what is right and proper, but refusing to do it. That is what Mrs. Hillary Clinton said when she visited Nigeria. She said Nigeria's leaders are able but unwilling to give their people a better life. And how to deal with that, those are the real issues. Those that are the real issues. Because we cannot have things function elsewhere. And we pretend that, oh, Nigeria is just such a different place. We are a totally unusual breed or species of human being where all the laws of nature and, whatever collapse when it gets to our country. That cannot be. It can't be true.
What makes you different from these two major parties now, since they are the benchmark for everybody? Because without trying to put your whatever you've done down or whatever it is, most of the things you said here are things I've heard these presidential candidates also say on their campaigns. Yeah. They want to improve power. They want to improve the system. These are things you're also saying to me. So what makes you different from that?
I think that, you see, it's because of the questions you are asking. Begin to ask us,
but I've asked you how, and you haven't told me how.
It's not how. What kind of a person are you? Those are the issues. What kind of person are you? Are you the kind of person, the accusations and counter-accusations that have been going on on the pages of the newspapers? Are we asking them? What kind of an individual are you in terms of your personal discipline, in terms of your lifestyle and so on? These are the issues.
So you think your principles will stand you apart from everybody else?
My principles stand me apart. Ask people, to say what they know about the candidates. In any case, for the others, it's out there in the open. But Nigerians don't care about that. They said this person promised this, he did not fulfill it. Oh, but we don't mind. He's still our candidate. He said this in several years ago, stands for this and so on. Oh, we don't mind. He's still the person that we want. Go ahead. Go ahead. And whatever we find there, we take.
One thing I definitely get from you is that you're very passionate about Nigeria. I can tell from how, and it's obvious that the system probably does frustrate you. And one thing a lot of people have said is when you get into government, it's not about you anymore. There's a whole horde of people. There's a civil service. There's all of these things that you have to work with and around and deal with. Yeah. Are you ready for that, regardless of your principles?
Yes, because I know the power of example. I know the power of example. And a single person who is at the position of leadership has great opportunity to influence people for good. No doubt about it, that there are, special interests and things like that who are maybe waiting in the wings to frustrate you and so on and so forth. But I also know that what Nigerians are waiting for also is a leader that can be trusted. Many people are willing to give their best to this nation, but they are not encouraged to do so. They are not encouraged to do so. Why? Because who are the people who get along? Who are the people that are given all the, accolades and so on? Are they such people Who are those ones who, most of those ones who get appointments and whatever? You know, who are the power of a leader that says we are going to promote doing right. We are going to promote justice. We are going to how would I say, to make sure that those who do their jobs well are the ones who will be acknowledged. I think these are the issues that we need.
Before we go, I just want to find out, what if you became president today, what would be the first thing you would do when you get into office?
I'll give a great shout and say, Nigerians, you are free, finally, to do something, you know, just go give yourself some high fives and just know that a truly new dawn has started.
Thank you very much for being here today. Good luck with your campaign.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to seeing you on election day. Hopefully you do well. Congratulations on winning your party's ticket, actually, and good luck once again in the elections.
And I do want to give you this.
Oh, I get a
book.
gift.
Yes, it's called Daybreak Nigeria.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Oluremi Sonaya, for being here today. We're going to take a quick break now, and we will be right back.